This homestay has a dog that looks just like my friend Phoebe's dog from China. Her dog is named Cody. This guy's name is not Cody, but I'm still calling him Cody because he's so dang cute. So unfortunately I woke up and there's nobody here. Nobody here to feed me breakfast, nobody here to pay, nobody here for anything. So I called the homestay, and unfortunately he said that his grandfather died, so he had to go back to his hometown. So I just left the money on my pillow, and now I have to go find breakfast. And that is a shame to hear. And it is another beautiful day. The forecast said showers all day, but it is very sunny. So I've been very lucky with the weather. Found some more buckwheat flowers on the side of the road this time, with gorgeous mountains and a nice communist propaganda photo. They are very pretty, I have to say. And today's Sunday, so there's all sorts of people all over the place. I think over there they're stacking up hay. And yeah, it's also market day in town, so people are just hanging out. This is a very famous part of the loop because it has such a nice view of the squiggliness of the roads. Today's Sunday, so it is crazy busy with Vietnamese tourists and locals selling flowers and taking pictures with tourists for money. Lots of kids doing that, which I have mixed feelings about, but really beautiful spot. So I've got my drone sitting here waiting for takeoff, and I guess it wasn't a very good spot because a whole group of children just ran by and they all ran right through it, and somehow none of them stepped on it. Like 6 of them. And one of them came like within an inch. It was terrifying. I guess I shouldn't leave it there. Buckwheat flowers are pretty. I like them. They are slightly less vibrant than I expected, like they're more white than purple, but they are very pretty. And it's cool that they planted all these fields to bring tourism into the area, and I gotta say, it worked, because there are lots of Vietnamese tourists here, which is very good, because this area definitely needs income. The squiggliness of these roads is really hard to capture on video. Even with a drone, it's hard to show because they're all hiding behind different peaks and different hills and in valleys and going across ridge lines, and it's amazing. Today I'm headed, eventually I'm headed to Lăng Cô, which is the northernmost part of Vietnam, right on the Chinese border. But before that, I'm taking a side route up this place to Bang Town, which is a hilarious name. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but on the map it just says Bang Town, which I just think is absolutely hilarious. I was told to go there by a website that I read, so I'm gonna check it out. It's only an extra half hour out of the way, and it is also right on the border with China. I'm hoping that the border is unguarded and I can just kind of like do a like 1 foot in China, 1 foot in Vietnam kind of thing. But that didn't work out last time I was on the Chinese border. Last time there was a guard with an AK-47 who did not like me being anywhere near the border. So we'll see. That's the Chinese border over there. This is a tiny little border town, border village, and they're growing, I don't know what those yellow flowers are, but it's very pretty. But this is what I was talking about, it's just kind of hard to live here because very little grows and there's very little room to grow stuff. You have to use every little space you got, like see up there. Tiny little spot to grow some more stuff. People work here, people who live here work very, very hard. But anyway, that's the border. I'm gonna ride over there, see what happens. Ah, there's the border. This is what remote borders look like in the time of COVID-19. One sign that says COVID-19 and the rest of it unguarded. I've been trying to get back to China for the last 8 months, and because the border is closed, they won't let me in. So that's the closest that I will have been to China in almost a year. I wish I could just drive in and just go to Shenzhen from here. Just drive this little motorbike all the way to Shenzhen. But I would definitely get arrested. Also, that would just be an awful journey. But it's kind of cool to just see like these little rural, unguarded borders, you know. Very interesting. So I checked the map, and as expected, this is not the actual physical border of China. The actual border is about 15 minutes walk from here. I'm not going to go up there though, because these signs, I'm not an asshole. But this is probably the closest that I will get to China. It's less than a kilometer away, but this is the closest I'll get for a while. Who knows when I'll be able to go back there. What's crazy is some of these roads, if you were to have an accident, there is no barrier between you and a drop of a very long way down. These roads are intense. They're as intense as I remember them being. The roads just go along like, that's where I'm going to be going, like that, along the ridge line and then around. They are pretty remarkable. I love it. It's so much fun. So much fun to drive. Speaking to the dangers of these roads, these hairpin turns, looks like this truck didn't make it. Just tipped over. I wonder how long it's been here. Did this happen yesterday? Or did this happen 3 months ago? It's crazy. It's just still here. And there's nobody near it except a bunch of kids. Just weird. like so many places in Vietnam, you just want to stop every 10 meters. Everywhere. It's just gorgeous. Seriously, every 10 meters. Just you stop and you stop and you stop and you stop and you stop. Because there's just so many amazing views everywhere. This is my favorite part of Vietnam for a reason. Maybe my favorite part of the world. Vietnamese people are some of the best motorcycle riders in the world, but they are some of the worst car and truck drivers in the world. This dude's been trying to turn around for the last like 10 minutes, and there's no way around him. So I was here a year and a half ago, and this building was not there. And that building over there was not there. There is a illegal border crossing over there between Vietnam and China, and now they have soldiers. They did not have those last year. There was a Chinese soldier with an AK-47 just beyond that ridge, but that's it. No, definitely no Vietnamese soldiers. So this whole thing is new. It looks like they're clamping down on it, probably because of COVID, but who knows. So this is Long Cu, an absolute dump of a town or village. It's so ugly and awful. All of the roads are garbage. It's packed with tourists. It's just an awful place. And it's all under construction too, and stuff is like falling apart. It's a terrible place. I really hate this town. The only reason why I'm here is the only reason why anyone is here. It's because this is the northernmost point in Vietnam. That is Long Cu's claim to fame. And there's like a flagpole here that I'm gonna check out, and you can see China from there. And then I'm gonna get the hell out of this dump of a town. I'm an idiot. I just walked up 500 steps and I got to the top, and you can drive to the top. So I definitely should have drove. So you can just about see it. There's a little white building over there. That is the Chinese-Vietnamese border. I am not going to go over there just because I'm running out of light. And also, Long Cu sucks, so I want to leave as soon as possible. For reference for why I think Long Cu sucks, the whole town is under construction. They're trying to make it into a tourist destination. So there's just piles of gravel everywhere. They're redoing all of the roads. Everything is ugly and loud. There's so much new construction. They're over here, look, they dug out this mountain. They dug out this mountain so they could put a little temple on it, and now it's just hideous. So ugly. And then over here, they're building new roads, and it's just like, all right, I mean, that's cool that they're making new roads, that's awesome, but like right now it sucks. Right now it's terrible. So I want to get the hell out of Long Cu. I have to go back that way. This homestay is really cool. I'm paying $150,000, which is about like $6 for this room. It has a fire pit, which is cool. Everything looks so old. It's really, really, really neat. Little tea area. It's just an awesome spot. The house is cool. The actual location is mediocre because the village is a lot of construction, but the house is amazing. I mean, look at this hangout spot over here. It's just great. I love it. So I just asked the owner how old this building was when it was built, And he said it was built 238 years ago, which is insane. I mean, it looks that old. It does. But that's just crazy to think about. 238 years this building's been here the whole time. The things that this building has seen, the changes that Vietnam has seen while this building was here, it's crazy to think about. And also the view from part of this homestay is stunning. It honestly reminds me of Scotland. Scotland doesn't have peaks that are quite as sharp as that, but the landscape is somewhat similar with the lack of trees and large mountains.